Hello board gamers, this is my top 5 solo games of 2024. There are a few games I have to mention before I start my own top 5. Some games that I didn't bought, but I think they are amazing for solo, I'm pretty sure about that. One is Dune Imperium Uprising, and the reason I didn't get that game is I have Dune Imperium and Rise of X expansion, and Uprising is basically the same game. There are a few new mechanics and of course new cards, new leaders, etc. But I think I'm going to buy that game maybe next year when I can get the expansion that's coming also. So I just felt like I don't need another Dune Imperium because they are so close together. And one game is Slay the Spire, and that game seems to be amazing game. I think it's really great for solo, I'm sure about that. The reason I didn't get it because I have played it too much on my Xbox, and basically the game is the same game but a board game version. So I just felt like over €100 for a board game that is same game I've played many years on a digital version of my Xbox. So I might get it if I can get it with a discount or something like that. And maybe I need a little bit break also for Slay the Spire. But yeah, I'm sure that that's an amazing solo game if you are not familiar with the digital game. So and then one is SETI. SETI came out late in the year, and there were just too many games at the same time. So I just didn't have time to learn all the games, and I'm sure I will get SETI eventually, but I had to skip it at this point. There are, I'm sure, others, but those three come to my mind at this point, and especially Slay the Spire. I think it's an awesome solo experience for sure. I have seen so many playthrough videos, but it's just I just felt like I don't need it at this point. But yeah, on to my top 5. I'm gonna start off this list with a little bit different type of game, and it's going to be Kingdom Legacy. I'm sure not many of you have even heard about this game, but it's a solo only. It's a game where you kind of make your own kingdom or your own story, and it's a really nice experience, and it's only going to be you're not going to replay this. This is one-time use only, so that's one thing that's a little bit bad, but it costs like €10 and you get many hours of playtime out of this game. And how it works is you kind of have a card like this, and when you play it you can like harvest the field, and then it goes like this, and then you can upgrade it like this, and even more like this. So eventually your wild grass field will become a food barns. And you just make your own choices, and you can like cut down a forest and then build some building on that space. And there are some enemies that will come out eventually. And it's just a really clever game with just this one deck of cards, and you are constantly adding more cards to your deck and running it through again and making choices. And there are a lot of choices in this game, and some stickers you are going to put on the cards to improve income or other resources. So it's basically a kingdom simulator with story that you create by yourself. Really fun experience. Pretty underground game, but keep in mind it's one-time use only. You cannot replay it. but it was still amazing experience. Then on to the next one. It's Maladum, Dungeons of Enveron. This is not game for everybody. It's a dungeon crawler with miniatures and a 3D board that you build yourself. But it's a deep role-playing game that you can start over again with new party. And there's always a random loot, random encounters, events, stuff like that. It's a really immersive, like they say in the box, immersive experience, because you can throw your weapons, you can learn different skills and spells. It's basically like playing Diablo or something like that on a board game version. And it reminds me a lot of HeroQuest that I used to play when I was a child back in 90s. So in those ways, it's a really unique game, but it's not your typical board game. So if you're not a fan of dungeon crawler, role-playing or stuff like that, this is not your game. But if you are, this is amazing. And as a solo player, you are not losing anything. It's the same game you play solo or with 3 other people. So it's those games that the solo mode doesn't lack anything. So really nice, really nice. I haven't played enough yet. I feel like I have to play it more, but what I have seen, it's really nice. A lot of replay value. There are some expansions that will add the hero characters and classes and more loot and stuff like that. So really impressive work. So then next one I have Andras Edge. I haven't played the previous game, the Dwellings or whatever. This is sci-fi version of that game. It's a really nice game. I just feel like it was not as good as I expected, but still it's a good game. I think I expected too much about it. And if you're going to play it solo, you need the expansion, the escalation expansion. The main box doesn't have solo mode. Solo mode is really nice done. There are a lot of different difficulties, a lot of different opponents, a lot of replay value, a lot of variation. It's smooth to play, not too hard to understand. Yeah, just an overall really nice game. But behind all this stuff they are trying to make, it's just a worker placement game, but it's an awesome one. And the solo mode is really nicely done. So if you enjoyed the Dwellings, I'm sure you like Andras Edge even more. And it's a solid, nice game, really good. So that's my number 3. And number 2, I have Mennefer. So this is a typical Euro game, but it's so nice. It looks fantastic. It plays smooth. It's really easy to set up, easy to learn. Simple turns, but really there's a lot of stuff you can do, and you can play it badly and you can play it better. And there's a lot of things a lot of ways you can score points and achieve the victory. The solo mode is really well done. The opponent is easy to run, easy to understand, but it still offers a lot of challenge, and it doesn't cheat. It kind of plays like a real player. And they really achieved that really well in this game. It's not expensive game at all, and it's easy to teach to other people also. But as a solo player, I just felt like this is so nice. And in my opinion, this replaces games like Arnak or something like that. It's just a very modern Euro game with really nice mechanics, really nice team. Just really nice game. So, my number 1 solo game is a Civolution. And this one, I didn't expect that much when I started playing it. I thought it would be a nice game. It looks like an okay game. But it's actually a really good game. The solo mode, I just played it like 20 times and I'm not over it yet. I want to play more. And I really like how the solo mode works. It's a really challenging one. There are a lot of difficulty levels you can adjust. And the game is always a little bit different. The starting hand, starting resources and stuff like that really make a lot of replay value, in my opinion. So it was a really nice surprise. This game is going to stay in my solo collection for sure. It's just a really well done game and an amazing solo experience, in my opinion. I even like it more solo as I did when I played with other people. So the solo mode felt like it's faster. There's not that much downtime because it's solo, and the bot is really easy to navigate and upkeep. And just with playing with two other people, there was a lot of downtime, and the game felt better in solo, for me at least. So that's always a plus when you like the solo mode more than playing with other people. There's not that much player interaction, so this game doesn't benefit like some other games might with playing with the other people. So the solo mode really shines in this one, and in my opinion, it's really well done. So if you like a little bit heavier Euro games, this is a good choice for a little bit heavier Euro type solo board game that you don't beat your own score. There's actually a real opponent, like in Mennefer, you are playing against. So that is always a huge plus for me. So these are my top 5. Let me know what are yours. I will answer all the comments like always. This year was not as good as last year, simply because Voidfall is so amazing. I felt like we didn't get new Voidfall this year, but other than that, it was really, really well, a really nice year for a solo board gaming, as it's getting used to be these days. We are getting more and more games with solo mode and more solo stuff, and they are really focusing now on the solo aspect of the board games also, which is really nice to see, because you get a lot more value out of your board game if you can play it alone. You can not always arrange a huge meeting with your friends and play whole day the board game. So the solo mode really adds the value of the game, in my opinion. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.